Okay, recording started.
Are there like notes in the doc?
Docs, yes.
Okay.
So I'm pulling it up on my phone.
On the juicy podcast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So, hey everyone, welcome to Juicy Talk, episode 1, Clean Slate. I'm your co-host Jenny,
And I'm Ginger.
and we are the owners of Lime Life Juices. We started Juicy Talk as a way to connect with you guys, let you guys hear our personal stories behind the scenes, not just business, but everything in between. So I got my lemonade in my cup, and we gonna talk cleanses. We're gonna
Oh,
talk.
you drinking your lemonade during your cleanse?
So about my cleanse, Sunday, um, I went out to eat, and I was like, I want to eat. I don't want to ruin it. So I was like, I'm gonna start Monday. And then yesterday, I went out to eat again. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna start today. And then I woke up with a sore throat, and then I was like,
Oh, that's the universe. Oh, that's the
I'm like, well,
universe.
not doing it today either.
The universe got you.
But I have been eating fruits. I just been eating a bit healthier, I want to say, versus
Oh,
just,
wait. What's a bit healthier? What did you get when you went out to eat?
ooh, child. Okay, so I had my pasta on Sunday. That wasn't healthy at all.
You
But I
see?
had an acai bowl this morning. That was healthy. A lot of fruits, a lot of nuts, a
What
lot of.
did you get yesterday?
What did I eat yesterday?
A steak?
No, I didn't do steak. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I just did shrimp. So I did a shrimp pasta, and then what did I have yesterday? I had chicken.
Okay.
I just had chicken. It was this place that they have some really good chicken, like bear battered chicken or whatever.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn, this shit's crispy as fuck. I never had crispy chicken before. Like, real for real. Like the chicken I be eating usually it be like sauteed or
Mhm,
fried, but no like batter or nothing on
mhm.
top. So it's just like hard. I was like, see, they put something in this, and they're like, well, it's battered. That's why. I was like, oh,
It's a type of batter,
different.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
but
buttermilk batter or something.
yeah, but I was like, I really need to have like my cleanse for me needs to be like I don't really go out. If I do go out, I'm doing like one or two things. Like I can't really be outside and cleanse. Like I gotta be inside chilling. Sunday,
Away from temptation.
yes, Sunday I started to cleanse. I had 2 juices in the morning, and then I ended up eating out late that night. But in the morning, I started to get like I get really tired um, from not eating. Like I just get fatigued.
You need to eat to give you that energy.
Exactly. So I was like, damn. I was like, I'm like tired, hungry. I don't want to mess up the mood. So I was like, let me just cheer up, eat, and have fun, enjoy my outing or whatever. I was like, I can't do that. But I did have ginger beer. I didn't have like a drink, but I did like my little cutesy, very demure drink.
You're funny. You're the person that gets McDonald's and have a Diet Coke. Like
Saying
I had ginger beer.
very demure.
I see the balance. I see the balance. I love it.
Okay. But how is your cleanse going?
Temptation is real. I think it's really a mindset. It went good. I made my juices. I didn't make them on Sunday. I made them yesterday. Um, I think it went good. I felt like what I noticed. I feel like every time I do it. I always know I gain something. So this time around, for me, so it's 7 in the morning to 7 at night with 3 hour increments. My mind is just so used to eating. So I eat my apple. I have a bunch of fruit. So I have apple, nectarine, pear. So that helps my mouth like still chomp. You know what I mean? But as I'm literally drinking water during the day, drinking my juice, I don't have time to get to be hungry. And if my mind starts drifting, I literally get my book to read, try to get my mind off of that because I'm like, I'm either bored or it's just habit. So this time I was able to do that. I did I'm telling you, chomping helps. Like eating celery in the meantime, like everything that I juiced, I pretty much ate for my snack, and that has been kind of like my cheat code, I guess. That helps me, but it's to be honest with you, it's not as bad as it. Like this morning, I was like, "Oh, I'm hungry," so then I tore up some carrots. I was eating them carrots like it was curry. Okay, you couldn't tell me that wasn't curry. I was tearing them up, but I'm tricking my mind too, like, "Oh, this is good old curry."
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, that's just all the things that I notice is to just if my mind goes there to try to divert it with something else. To be honest with you,
Okay.
yeah,
So you're on day two.
I'm on day two.
Okay. And how many juices have you had today?
I'm should be having my fourth one soon, but I'm probably not gonna have that until after I work out
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
I still have all of my water too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you work out yesterday?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And what type of workout did you do?
Yesterday was total body strength, and today is hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you feel during the workout? Like, was it,
I
did
felt
you feel
good.
any
I
different?
No, I felt good. I felt like the difference for me, the way I broke it down was before. So there's a difference of like just eating or drinking periodically during the day versus on purpose eating during the day and what you're eating during the day. So the fact that I'm drinking my juices, that's literally giving me the nutrients that I need. So I don't feel all like I'm dizzy or I don't have energy or anything like that because I am drinking. It's just I am eating. Sorry, it's just in a liquid form. So I feel fine. I feel good. I feel normal. It's something consistent. I think I really broke it down to um, just making sure I'm consistent with my regimen because I think if I fall off in any type of way, then that's where I might start feeling a little woozy. And what I'm doing is comparing it to before in the past. Like now I'm on my vitamins, I'm eating more healthier. My lifestyle is just different to where it was in the past. So I remember being like really like even seeing spots like after working out, you know what I mean? And just like not feeling I don't know, it's maybe feeling like empty, I guess, trying to
Mhm,
work out.
mhm,
Now I don't feel like that at all. I just feel normal, you
mhm.
know?
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's good to know. So, um, I don't know if you guys know, but we do offer a cleanse package. And our cleanse package comes with four different juices. We have our first juice, which is our Rise and Glow. Um, we have our second juice, which is our Be Happy, right? Our
Hmm.
third, Sip Drip. And our last one is our Beat It Up. And so this cleanse was designed to give you all the different nutrients. It's alkaline ingredients and Caribbean inspired. So we do add our Caribbean flavors, our Caribbean style. Um, so I think people want to know, what is the benefit of cleansing? Many people may not even know what a cleanse is, but let's talk about a little bit of both. So, what a cleanse is, and what will be the benefit, or why would somebody want to do a cleanse?
Hmm. That's a good question.
Sir,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'll break it down. Well, my version of a cleanse. I think there's many different types of cleanses out there and many different versions of cleanses and why people cleanse for different reasons, whether it's health or spiritual or religion or whatever, detoxification. So the way I define a cleanse, I think it's like a maintenance of the body. So the way you maintenance your car by getting an oil change, tire rotations, your transmission flush is you're doing the same thing with your body. You're allowing your body to cleanse from all the toxins that might be in your body, whether that's toxic people or toxic food. So, depending on what you're doing it for, you want to just cleanse it, aka get rid of it, flush it out of your body. And the safe way of doing that, which there's like really no real scientific research, but it's more cultural research that when you do cleansing of your body, um, that it actually does cleanse your mind, your body, and your soul, and kind of give you a new outlook on whatever life. Again, depending on what you're doing it for, it will just help you get more clarity. So it's just I think of a cleanse as a way of just um, removing the bad stuff and replacing it with some good stuff.
And hence our cleanse, build you out, clean you
Clean you
out,
out to build you
build
up.
you up.
Clean you out to build
Clean
you
you
up.
out to build you up, hence our
Yeah.
cleanse. So,
Hmm.
exactly what you said. I see that there are different cleanses, different ways of cleansing, and even like fasting and cleansing sometimes I feel like can get intertwined. But I guess for me, the difference would be like fasting is like you're not really putting anything in your body, whereas the cleanse, you can eat fruit, you can drink juices, you can detox with different supplements and things like that. So that will be my differentiator between like fasting and cleansing. And then with a juice cleanse, um, some of the benefits I think people go for is the fact that like when you're drinking the juice, you're able to have fast absorption of the nutrients. So if you're somebody who lack a lot of nutrients or you need a certain nutrient, drinking a juice will be your fastest way for it to absorb into your system. And I also notice people go to cleansing for weight loss. That's one of the biggest things that I think people, when they know that we sell cleanses, right? They'll say, well, I want to cleanse too, and I want to lose weight. And I think that it will be effective in that. We've had testimonials of our clients who have done the cleanse and lost weight. We've even noticed less bloating, a few pounds down. But like you said, it's really a part of the maintenance of your lifestyle and not a quick fix, you know? So we both believe in like accountability and truly incorporating healthy choices into your lifestyle. So when we have someone who comes to us and they're looking for a weight loss product, cleansing wouldn't necessarily be the solution. It will work for that, but losing weight comes with so much more in debt, right? Like you need to really understand, why are you overweight? What's causing it? Where are your kind of temptations? Like you said, how can you um, bring yourself to making those healthy choices? And by cleansing, buying the cleanse, juicing, you know, every day, and then by the end of the 5 days, 3 days, however, you return back to your old habits. So during the cleanse, I feel like people should really create like a plan, create something sustainable that makes sense, right? So as you're having cravings, as you're noticing like, okay, my body's hungry, pretty much it's a good time to be able to identify and learn about yourself and your body and your habits so that you can change them. Because if you don't know where's your faults at, then you're just going to keep the same habits, but taking that break gives you that time to start to focus. And like you said, when you get hungry, it's like training your brain to say, well, I'm, drinking juices. So I know I have the nutrients I need. Drinking water too is important. But what do I need to be able to, once this cleanse is over, stay consistent with a healthy diet that it's not a diet. Like there's diet and there's diet, right? Diet to lose weight and diet your everyday lifestyle. So how do I keep my everyday lifestyle to where I'm making the right choices that are better for my health, better for my mind, body, spirit, all of that. And then I think eventually that leads to weight loss. So, yeah, that's one of the benefits I notice people do it for. And I'm not saying that if you are looking to lose weight, you can't do a cleanse. I think just reframing your mind into understanding that there is no quick fix. It's not a cleanse, not a Ozempic, not a pill, detox tea. None of that is going to keep you at that maintained weight, right? It may
Right.
get you there, but once you get there, you can't keep drinking juices. You can't fast your whole life. You can't eat watermelon for 30 days.
Well,
Like,
so that's another thing too, because you mentioned fast, right? I
mhm,
think fasting is more associated with the religious part of it, and it become a buzz word that is now on TikTok, and people take Ramadan, that's a religious fast, and use it to cleanse. Those are two different things, right? So you will see a non-Muslim saying, "Oh, I'm on Ramadan." Why? To lose weight. What? I'm like, what? That is so crazy. That doesn't make no sense. But hey, to each his own. And that's a religious. When you fast, that's for religion. That's a sacrifice. You're literally sacrificing. A cleanse is cleansing the body, removing. So those are two different even things with similar steps that people just put together and just make it one big puddle when it's just not that, right? And just like you said, if you don't eat, you're going to lose weight, but that's not healthy. You want to be able to say, okay, what is my challenge? Do I have a bad relationship with food? Do I have a health issue? What is it about me that is not allowing me to be the desired weight that I truly am? And that first is being honest with yourself. The more honest you are with yourself, then we can start taking those steps into saying, okay, this is what I need to do. And just like you said, it's the mind frame. So if your mind is already thinking like, okay, well, I'm not going to eat. Well, you don't have to eat. You're going to lose weight, but you're going to pass out when you walk down the street. You're going to have low energy. You're going to have no iron. Now you're going to be cold and shivering. Your lips going to turn blue. So as you're trying to lose weight, you're also hurting your body because you're not giving your body exactly what it needs. Because now there's this thing called TikTok and all these trends that we could just go on and say, okay, let me lose weight because my birthday is next week. So let me get this diet. Using the D word as a bad thing and not as a way of a lifestyle and saying, okay, this is my everyday meal. So if this is what I eat, this is my routine. So yeah, I think we got to definitely set ourselves up to win versus to fail. And the reason why I say fail is like, well, like you said, well, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? And once you get your why, then we can move forward in a more healthy, productive way. If weight is what you're trying to shed, we can accomplish that in that healthy way. And it may not come, it may just come with stop drinking soda. It may come with stop eating bread. It may come with not eating sugar. So there's other ways to like lose weight without starving yourself and just out here drinking liquids because you see it on TV or something like that. TikTok, not even TV, you know? So
mhm,
um that those are something that it gets scary because those words just get tossed around without, and it's easy to just put them all into one basket, and it's like it's not. A detox, a cleanse, and a fast literally is three different things, But we all just say, "Oh, I seen that somewhere. My brother-in-law, my sister, my cousin from such and such then told me." And it's like playing telephone. So now that it got back to you, you misinformed, no education.
Right.
It's you Lauren Hill right now. The
Yeah.
miseducation of Lauren Hill. You just don't know, you know?
Okay, so speaking of all the different information that's out there, how can someone find the right cleanse for them, right? Because I noticed there's a lot of different cleanses out there. There's 1 day, 3 day, 5 day. Some people doing it for 10 days. Who knows? Whatever.
30 days.
30 days, right?
Hmm.
And then some people are doing straight fruit. Some people are only doing one fruit, right? Like I've seen
Watermelon.
watermelon cleanse. Do you remember when we did that? The watermelon juice? I think it was like watermelon and lime or something. I think after the
Maybe
second
cucumber.
day,
Yeah.
it was something.
I
After
was
the second
peeing
day,
like watermelon. I was like,
I
this is
wanted
way
to
too
throw
much
up. I
watermelon.
was like, this is too much. Like,
It's
it
way
was
too much
too much. I feel like
watermelon.
I was flooded in watermelon.
I was literally peeing watermelon. It's like this is not urine, this is a watermelon. I
So,
mean,
do you have tips for someone who doesn't know where to start? Like, what cleanse should they get? What would determine that? You know?
yeah. Again, I feel like everybody's so different. So again, being true with yourself is like, okay, if you want to cleanse, why do you want to cleanse and what are you trying to cleanse? And then if you're trying to lose weight, it's saying, okay, well, what steps are we prepared to take to lose this weight, right? So the question is,
Like,
like,
how do I know what cleanse is right for me? Let's say I'm like searching to find a cleanse.
yeah, I think it goes back to like why you want to cleanse. So then
Yeah.
you know what to search. You get what I mean? Like what the best thing I would do is talk to your doctor, talk to your nutritionist because they know your blood work. First, get exactly your blood work. Are you low on your iron? Is your cholesterol high? Are you on the verge of diabetes? Do you have to change your eating habits because you're eating too much sodium? So first, figure out what's going on with you. Are you stressed? Stress adds weight as well. So the first thing too is to definitely diagnose ourselves with a professional doctor, not something on Google, but with our trusted doctor. Know what's going on, and then have that conversation with your nutritionist. Okay, this is what's going on with me. What steps should I take next to be able to make my levels normal? Now, the nutritionist will definitely will implement a meal plan and your eating habits, right? So then now you're saying, okay, I'm changing my meal plan and my eating habits. Let's do that first because that will help us change our mindset to then now, once we have a better relationship with food, then we can say, okay, now I have a better relationship with food. I know exactly what's going on with me. I consulted with my doctor. Okay, now I'm ready for the next phase, which could be a cleanse. That's when you say, okay, now that my blood levels are at where they should be, they're stable. What am I looking for now? Am I still trying to shed weight? Am I trying to gain? Am I trying to what am I looking for now? Now that you're in that next step, that's when you can start researching on what you're looking for and then what steps you should take on what the type of cleanse that you should have. I believe that I love personally a fruit juice cleanse because again it helps you detoxify, cleanse, get rid of, take away all the bad stuff, but also replenish the good things that you need. So it gives you that balance to be able to sustain during the day. And we even talked about like, somebody would say, "Oh, I need to do a cleanse, a 5 day cleanse." Wait a minute, you just had pancakes, eggs, and sausage for breakfast. Now you want a whole 5 days and not eat nothing? That's you're
Unrealistic.
traumatizing your body.
Hmm.
So first start. I think the first step is to see what's going on, get a better relationship with food, and then transition into a cleanse. And
Yeah.
probably start with a 1 day cleanse.
Yeah.
Work your way up to a 3 day, a 5 day, and I also strongly believe a cleanse is not just what you put in your body, but it's literally spiritually, it's literally emotionally, it's literally physically, it's everything. You're changing your whole mind, your way of living to be able to accommodate your body going through this change. So the same way when a baby is born, you have to support their neck. You have to hold them the right way to give them that stability. It's the same way you're doing to your body. You have to give your body that support while it's going through these transformations. You don't want to shock it and then go right back to your old ways that will deplete every single thing. So I guess the best way for a tip, I'm not a quick fix person to say, oh, I'm never gonna say that. I'm always gonna say, make sure your health is in the right way by consulting with your doctor and then having a better relationship with food. And then we can go from there.
Mm. Mm. I like that. I think so this might go into a little conspiracy, but how do you feel? Because so you mentioned going to your doctor, and I agree. I think that we should consult our doctors. But how do you feel? I guess you already said it, a doctor you trust. Because I think about doctors as like, I guess they have like an ulterior motive almost of like getting you on medication and things like that. I think we even had a conversation with someone who said like their doctor recommended Ozempic to them, right? So um that that's so tricky, right? It's almost like how do you go to someone who their motive is to either get you on a medication or you know what I mean? Like do you have anything for that? Because I thought about
Well,
that.
yeah, just like you said and I said, it has to be somebody that you trust. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like you trust this person that they're gonna tell you the right information. Now, there's always the fewer times when you can be tricked, but let's be honest, for the majority of the time, our doctors are you typically have a rapport with your doctor. You have a relationship with your PCP. Like you've been going to this person for years now, so it's not just like a one-off doctor. You just met this person and now they're like, here, take this. So again, it's having that rapport with your doctor, but at the end of the day, you know your body better than anybody. And it goes back to being true with yourself, because guess what? Yes, we know somebody that says a doctor told them to go on Ozempic, but we don't know the conversation that they have with their doctor. We don't even know the extent of that. We
mm,
don't know if your doctor recommended this because you have to lose weight to save your life. You get
mm,
what I mean? Like maybe there was no other way that you can lose weight, so your doctor said, "Listen, let me give you this, so now you can be healthy and happy, and you're not depressed because your weight, you being a certain number is making you feel down." So there's so much that goes into that. That's why I'm just like, um, anything you do, you have to have a rapport. You know what I mean? And my thing is, you trust Google, you trust TikTok, you trust Instagram, but you don't trust the doctor. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We just be kind of, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have conspiracies, but you know your body. You know your body better than anybody. So you can say, and then you know your body, but then also too, it goes back to saying being true to yourself, because what conversations are you having with your doctor? Like, why do you want to lose this weight? Do you want to lose this weight to get into a dress? Those are people like that. You know what I mean? I'm getting married and I gotta fit. Oh, I'm going on vacation. Or I just want to look good for my man. Like, there's so many reasons why people want to lose weight. So it's not fair to kind of just, you know what I mean? It's just like,
mm,
well,
mm,
what is that individual's reason, and kind of go from there.
mm, mm.
So
No, I get what you're saying. I definitely think about that because when I'm doing research on cleanses, it's not scientific research, but would a scientist be interested in researching it? Like, I feel like they would be more interested in researching like their medications and things like that, doing trials or whatever. But with juicing, like I think of Dr. Sebi, right, and how they try to discredit his work, and he was a herbal doctor, and I felt like his ideologies made sense. It just made sense, like you said, it's something almost like intuitive that I just knew. I'm like, when I eat certain things, I feel a certain way, right? This is why I cut out red meat. I love it, but it's like the way that it makes me feel, it's such a heavy feeling
Hmm.
that I didn't like it. So I totally agree with you. I think, finding someone you trust is like the only way, because otherwise there is a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of people with ulterior motives. And like you said, it's so individual that we don't know this person's, situation. So
Yeah. And I
uh,
also think about too, like, we're both from the Caribbean. I think about just like stories that when they say research, the researcher from the Caribbean people, from my great grandmother who lived to be, my great great grandmother who lived to be 100. You know what I mean? Like, that's the research
that's
because they
real life.
lived a healthy lifestyle. Like, these were their resources. And this is what they had to live off on the land. So when you see old Rasta men and Rasta women and even different countries, and you're like, oh, you're 100 years old and you're still walking. You're not blind. You're not on no medications. You don't have no arthritis. You don't have none of this stuff that when you come to America, then all these Americans have. To me, that's enough. That's the research for me. Because just like you said, at the end of the day, we still live in America. That is it's a business. So they're about making business. So if I can't make money off of this cleanse, then it's bad business. So we're not going to research it. We're not going to put the machine behind it because we don't get nothing out of it. This is where the conspiracy is true. They're never going to give us a cure for cancer. They're never going to give us a cure for AIDS. They're never going to give us that cure because you get more money in being sick. Why cure you then if I cure you, then the depletion is gone. But I got to keep you sick by having these foods, by having the McDonald's, the Burger King, the unprocessed foods, the naturals, the artificial ingredients, the flavorings. That's what's killing us slowly. So when you add the food, then you add, unfortunately, society as far as social media, the media. That includes music and movies and influences, the propaganda. You just add that. It's a compound of
Toxicity.
negativity,
Yep.
toxicity, and then you turn around and you're like, this is what that is. I'm gonna keep perpetuating the cycle of that because unfortunately, while people are in jail, somebody's getting rich. While there's a war, somebody's getting rich. While there's a poor community, there's somebody getting rich off of that poor community. So we're never gonna educate our people to where they need to be. We're just gonna spoon feed you and keep giving you propaganda so we can keep making money off of you and while you die slowly. So they do need people like us and Dr. Sebi, and there's so many more out there to be able to say, nah, we know better, and we're gonna do better, and we're gonna spread the word. And that's our way of like informing our community that when you know better, you do better. And these are just some of the small few things you can do to even make those small changes. It's not even like you got to do a lot. It's a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree with you. I think about how when I'm sick, like I'm like there's some people who are quick to run to the emergency room. I am not one of them people. Like we gonna figure it out here first, and then at the very last, like if it's like I think maybe nonstop vomiting, maybe I'll be like, okay, I could have like poisoning or something where maybe if I need antibiotics or something like that. But our first go to is get that water boiling, get that ginger, get that clove, honey, lime, lemon. Girl, everything out your cabinets. Just put in onions, like, and that thing may like have the most strong smell. You could barely. Sometimes I remember I used to be like this, like juice on the side because the taste was so bitter, and I would just like chug it. And my mom's like, drink it, drink it, drink it. You gonna feel better.
Hold on one second.
Oh yeah, go
Oh,
ahead, do
what's
your
wrong?
thing.
What's up? Oh, good. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. So
Yeah.
let's
So
talk about the body cleanse because
yeah.
um, we talked about a little bit about the cleanse and things like that. I think some people want to know what. So you said you do chomp during your cleanse. What are some of the things that you eat during your cleanse?
So I don't. To be honest with you, I typically only drink my juice. If
Okay.
I'm feeling cravings or like I work next door to a cafe. So in the morning, I'm like, I can smell all the food. I'm like, oh, I need something to chop on.
Yeah, yeah.
So I literally anything that's in my cleanse is what I chop on. So I have apple, celery. So right now I'm looking at a nectarine, I'm looking at a plum, I'm looking at an apple and an orange, and I have celery in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So those are the things that I tore 3 apples up today, girl. Tore them down,
Damn. I
down.
heard that makes your teeth stronger or something, right? Isn't it good for your teeth to
I
eat
don't
a
know. I have no idea.
well,
But
she said I
but
could
it's
try.
literally a mental thing. Like even going
Yeah.
back to like cleansing. I okay. Why I cleanse, right? I cleanse, yes, to remove any bad things, but that means spiritual as well. So even making the juices is like I have to be in a good mental space because the energy that I put into the cleanse is what I'm putting back into my body, right? And I'm literally telling myself that you deserve to live long. You deserve to live healthy. You deserve to be happy. These are the things that make you happy. So I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, this is like loving on my body. This is me like replenishing my body. This is me rewarding my body. This is me saying thank you. This is me giving my body an oil change, right? So like, all right, it's time to flush out the old stuff and put the new stuff back in. So it's literally a clean space, a clean environment, no negativity. I have my polycento. I want to make the room just make sure that I'm filling it with love with God. So as I'm pouring into my drink, because that goes back into my body, and I'm literally just like you said, focus on why am I doing this? Because that helps the cravings, that helps the temptations, that helps keep me focused. I'm like, I'm getting into that mind frame of like, okay, let me plan out my cleanse so I can set myself up to succeed. So if I know that I'm going to do a 3 day cleanse, then I'm not gonna, go out to eat or whatever. Like I'm gonna do it around the time where I'm able to set myself up correctly. And again, life happens. So I pack my lunch. I literally have a bag with me. I'll put my snack in there. I do whatever it takes for me to be able to stay on my path. I notice when I do that, especially when I'm around other people, that almost encourages them to do the same thing because they're like, wow, you're able to be this disciplined while you have this in front of you, while you have that in front of you. And you're like, yeah, because I'm thinking about the long, like my mind is literally thinking about the end goal. I'm not even thinking about right now. This is a temporary moment that's going to pass. This too shall pass. So I'm going to mess up what my goal just for this quick fix my, because not trained but my mind, like I'm literally training my mind to think like that. This is who I am, and I don't want to let myself down. It's okay to like fall short, but to be on purpose and do it, like no, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So again, it's like setting yourself up to win, knowing like, okay, these are the things I have to do to make sure I'm able to complete the 3 days. And if I smell I don't even eat pork, but if I smell bacon, I'm like, yo, I gotta eat the celery because celery is crunchy. It's gonna make me feel like I'm eating bacon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sniffing it like it's bacon.
I know, I know. I seen this video where the dude was smelling banana, but then he accidentally ate the bad thing, and he was like, "Shit, I did this wrong."
Right, you're supposed to be smelling the chicken, eating the kale, and he ate the chicken and smelled the
He
kale.
smoked the kill like, yo, or the one where the dude was like, "Can I get a salad with
No lettuce.
yeah, no." It's like a
No, a
burger.
little. It was like he said pickle, onion. It was like light lettuce. Like
She's
he's
like,
like, if you
"That's a
have to put the
burger." He's
lettuce,
like, "If you want to call it that." He's like, "That's loaded fries. It's a salad." definitely a salad.
A Mexican salad, girl, got black beans,
But
got corn.
even salads to the like salads, smoothies, like some of the things that we think are healthy, if you pile that thing up with a whole bunch of stuff, that could be a whole day's worth of food for you. Like they not portioned in the salads, girl.
Well, even okay, let's say you get a big bowl of salad. Well, okay,
Yeah,
lettuce, tomato, onion, all that. But then you drain it with the salad dressing. That's
girl.
what kills it. You
And
know what
that
I'm
salad
saying?
dressing would be 100 calories per teaspoon.
Girl, the dressing is what's gonna kill you. The
Girl,
dressing is
do you remember? Because I remember times when I didn't measure anything, right? I just eat. So like even my cereal, right? I'm pouring the cereal, eating it till the milk's gone. Pouring the cereal, eating it. Then when I looked at the serving size, I was like, 1 cup. Okay. And then I put a cup and I'm like,
like, who's this gonna feed?
this
A
is
baby?
snack. Yo, never understanding serving sizes. Now when I get it, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, and I was dehydrated than a mother. Like, let's talk about hydration and
Mhm.
yeah, because I was dehydrated. Like there was times I wasn't hungry. I was just thirsty. Like I was just dehydrated. So when I started to hydrate myself more, and I'm talking my lemon water, like whatever it is that I'll make my concoctions, I don't feel as hungry, right? I'm able to eat that small little plate and feel good afterwards
Yeah.
and not feel stuff. I'm not unbuttoning my pants. Like I'm not over here with my stomach just sitting out. I can't even move. Like that is just too much. And that's just how I grew up. Like my mom, when she's making my plate, I'd be like, that's enough. Two more scoops.
You be like,
So you gotta let her know two scoops of
mad, and it's rice
ooh, white rice.
bumping. It's
Ooh,
like hipping.
literally, my plates used to be mountains, bruh. Like way too much. And let me not eat all of it. Like that
Oh,
wasn't.
you're not hungry? It's like, what you mean?
It's like you gonna eat all this food. It's like this is an adult plate.
You know what? So it's funny that you said that. I remember my ex, um, one of my exes. Not I remember one of my exes when my mom made him a plate. She made him a big old plate. He was like, "I'm not
Who's
gonna
this
eat all
for?
this food."
Who's this?
I didn't think nothing of it. It was almost symbolizing like the more food that you put on your plate, the more like manly you are in a weird way. But then it's so unhealthy because it's just not good. You know what I
It's
mean? Because
over.
like it's overindulging. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Exactly.
And yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Girl. Okay.
Oh, even with hydration, right? I feel like, like I'm you see me with my water, and here has lime and a pinch of salt. But the water is to help flush out the organs in the body. The fruit is to hydrate. Water doesn't hydrate. Water helps keep you going because our body obviously is made up of water, right? So you have to replenish your body with water. And most of us, and majority, I should say most of us, most of the people that I know don't have the intake of water like they should, right? So then they're like, okay, well, let me drink the water to not get hydrated. I'm sorry, so I can be hydrated. And it's like, no, it don't work like that. Drink the water to help flush your organs because these are the main bodily organs that keep us functioning. And that's why we need the water to keep those lubricated. But we need our cucumber, we need our water, we watermelon, our pineapple, and our papaya and our melons to literally hydrate us. But then even with that, so too much of anything is never good for you, right? So you're like, oh, too much watermelon can't be bad for you. Well, guess what? You're only putting watermelon in your body without any other nutrients. Like watermelon can't be the only thing that you fill your body with. So you have to add other fruits because they have other benefits that the whole body needs, right? So then you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna eat a couple pieces of pineapple and a couple of pieces of watermelon. And then, let's just say you have, diabetes. So you're not going to see your sugar spike. You might see an influx because those have acidics in it. So too much of anything is not good for you. But you're not going to go into a diabetic coma. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
might see a spike, but not to put you in a shock. You know what I mean? So then those are some of the things to be mindful about. It's like, all right, yes, you want to eat your fruit, but no, again, going back, having a better relationship with food so you know what your body needs and know what benefits each item brings you, you know?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. So let's talk about the mind and the spirit during a cleanse. And one of the things you mentioned is how your cleanse is like a holistic, kind of like spiritual. You start from the moment you start making your juices all the way till even after your cleanse, right? Like
Hmm.
there's practices that you probably do during that. And you were talking about even affirming yourself and things like that. Are there any other like spiritual healing practices that you do during your cleanse at all, or
Yeah.
anything?
Um, I definitely, so it's like pre-cleanse, cleanse, and post-cleanse, right? So to break my cleanse. So definitely during my cleanse, I just pray all the time. I meditate all the time. I go on walks frequently. I connect with the ocean. I'm just that girl. I journal. I rap. I do what I need to do to be able to get through whatever I'm going. But these are practices that I had to develop, over time to help me just become more one with myself and really know, like, why are you doing this and what benefit are you going to get from this? And for me, those practices really help connect, reconnect myself. You know what I mean? Like life just be life in, and it's easy to get overwhelmed with just responsibilities, with emotions, with with stuff, right? So it's like, all right, and again, I call it the devil. I say the devil's busy, the devil's out here, and the spiritual cleanse just helps me realign and get back in purpose with God. To just know that, you know, I'm not. I'm trying not to get emotional, but it's just, just just a realignment. It's a way to say, just to cleanse. There's so much noise in the world and things just be happening. And to be able to handle everything happening, I have to be aligned. I have to be able to handle it and tackle it in an even way. And spiritually, that helps me just to not be emotional. I don't want to make an emotional decision. I want to be able to be rational, uh, coming from a place with compassion and empathy, you know? So it's
Mm,
not emotional less, it's just being able to navigate. You know what I mean? So the cleanse gives it's like a way of, I'm doing this in a motion of like a whirlwind, and then it's like a whirlwind of emotions, and then it just kind of flushes away.
mm,
So definitely being able to release during this time, washing it away. So washing away the toxins and just everything else, releasing, just we're giving it to God. It's like, all right, God, these are all the things that help to be able to do that. So it's not like one particular thing. It's all things that I literally do every day to be able to survive.
mm. Yeah,
You know?
I can definitely feel that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that it depends, right? Like what do you need in that moment. And um, what I find for me is like it's good to be quiet. Like you said, there's so much noise. So it's really good to just be in a quiet space and be able to allow your mind to wander, or, you know, try to like bring it back into what's going on here versus what's going on there. Um, uh, Prayer for sure has been one of mine. And like you said, it's for me, it's like a release, and I'm able to like all the things that I'm holding inside of me, not just like this isn't just food, right? This is like mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's everything that's inside of me, bottled up inside of me. I start to, there's so much things that I start to suppress or that are in my subconscious that I bring forward, right? That I start to think about. And I'm like, okay, you know, certain like things is like rooted in deeper causes, and because we're going the day to day routine, waking up, doing all that stuff, we never really take the time to like think about what's going on, all like our mental health or how we're feeling, or how to kind of bring ourselves back to center, because we're being pulled in so many different directions. So I totally agree with you. Cleansing, I love the process of making the juicing. Um, I had to wait because so I didn't make my juices Sunday because my mom was in the kitchen the whole time, and it'd be hard moving around. Other people, like you kind of want your space to yourself to be able to move how you want to move if you go to the sink or whatever.
Hmm.
And I did it at night, and it's just like at night it's already quiet, everybody's asleep, whatever, and all you can hear is like the noise of the juicer. And it's just so good when you're like mixing all these ingredients together, you're tasting it, you're like, "Yeah, this is really good." You may not imagine drinking kale or drinking celery, but when you add a little apple, a little ginger, a little pineapple, you're like, this ain't bad. So
Yeah.
you add a little something to make it taste good. And it's literally anything that I'm able to create with my hands feels so like blessing. Like I feel so blessed being able to create with my hands, because it's literally making something out of nothing. Like you're able to yeah, just feed your body all this goodness. And um other people too, they definitely like Ari, um like my dad, he loves beet juice. So when I make the juices, it's good for me because I love like being able to share them and be like, hey, I know this is good. Like I'm giving you
Hmm.
something good for your body. I'm not giving you junk. I'm not giving you something that I know isn't good. Like I believe in the power of juicing, cleansing, and all of that. And I'm very intentional about that. So I totally agree with everything you said. I think it depends on what you got going on. And also I know that you're a big believer of therapy, um, and maybe you could speak on that a little bit, because I do think that there is a stigma out there about therapy. And maybe you can discuss like your experience or how you feel like that can help someone with their mindset and spirituality.
I love therapy.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate of therapy. I recommend therapy. I almost think it should be everybody should have therapy.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say three, two out of my kids do therapy.
Oh wow.
I have four children, for those who don't know. Two of them do therapy. Three, two consistently. So I'm really proud of that. Listen,
And they're
and
like teenagers too, right?
I
Like
have one
and
teenager.
oh,
Osiris is 19.
young adults and
Yeah,
teenagers. Okay.
Osiris is 19. The twins are 20, and Jalen, he'll be 23 next
Okay.
month.
Okay.
Um, Jalen does therapy. Trinity does therapy. The 23-year-old, the 20-year-old, and the 19-year-old. The 19-year-old is not
And
that
how have
consistent.
you seen how have you seen them progress since doing therapy?
Let me be honest with you. So let me go back really quick to cleansing, because a part of cleansing too is social media.
Mm.
Social media is toxic and draining. And that's a very important part of cleansing as well. Period. Um, Therapy has changed my life, literally. Like, I noticed that I'm able to communicate way better. I'm able to listen. I'm able to not only listen, but receive. I'm able to not make it all about me and kind of look like, okay, what do you need in this moment? But communication has been the biggest thing. I would always be like, well, why are you doing this to me? And not realizing the part that I played in to get the result and the outcome. And now I'm able to say, okay, what can I do differently so I can get the outcome that I'm looking for? What part can I play? So it's just literally a different mind frame, and it helped me to be able to navigate my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, to be able to process them in a healthy way with tools. The tools I had was able to help me process them in a healthy way, right? And not just like make stories up in my head or go off of feelings and no facts and just start conjuring up something because my period was coming in 2 days and now I'm getting emotional and I done seen something on TV. So now I'm taking that thing on TV and introducing it into my real life and making it a thing when it's nothing, you know? So it's just all of those things. Um, Therapy helped me do. And even with my kids, therapy helped me communicate with them better, right? So I felt like if I wanted to see a change in them, I had to start with myself first. So I changed myself, and then once I changed myself, my kids changed as well. I never asked them. Like, we started doing family therapy together, but they started doing their own individual therapy. And I think I love to take the credit and say, because I've been talking
Consistent.
about it for so long,
Mhm,
that they
mhm.
just said, all right, well, I see my mom. So, and I would always wonder that, like, does anybody see my change? Does anybody see my change? And I think I wanted a poster to say, I see you change. But that doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't. The change that you get is the learned behavior. Learned behavior is a change. You get what I'm saying? So then when you're able to speak and not yell, when you're able to be heard and you're able to listen, those things are really, really big. And accountability. Therapy helped me be accountable for a lot of shit. What part do you play? And it's not a right or wrong. It's not, do you want to win? I used to always want to win. I used to always want to be right. I had to have the last word. But what are you trying to win? What are you trying to be right about? Why do you need the last word? You know what I mean? So therapy just helped me dissect all of that. Where does that need come from? Like, why do you feel the need to want to do that? And a lot of my stuff stem from abandonment issues. My biological father is not present in my life. I did grow up with a stepfather. He's been around. Truth told, we had a relationship, but not as tight as it one would think or should be. But I always knew that something just wasn't right. And I just didn't know what that was. And as I started to have children of my own and started to see, you start to see yourself in your children, whether it's good or bad. And I started to see the things in my children about me that I didn't like. So I was like, all right, let me work on that. And I realized that I had a lot of childhood trauma that I just didn't deal with. And that stemmed from abandonment issues of my biological father not being present in my life and not getting that need to fulfill that I needed as a young girl, of that stability, that support, that love that I just didn't have from a male. And that trickled and transformed and showed up in so many different ways in adulthood. So I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? And therapy helped me to be able to just unpack a lot of things. And so therapy was a one way, because therapy helped my mind, but I also had to heal my heart. I had a broken heart, and prayer and my relationship with God, strengthening that helped heal my heart. And those two together, therapy, praying, going to church, just finding a church home that I can relate to, that I can just cleanse, and that type of cleansing, I had to just cry away. That type of cleansing, I had to look in the mirror, be face to face with myself. No more lying, no more telling these stories. I had to be honest with myself and literally strip myself. And that's when I took off the weave, the makeup, the stuff that I was wearing, the clothing to cover up the house, the cars. I was wearing all of that as a mask. I had to release all of that and just stand naked, literally, physically, like naked, and say, bare my soul, to say, okay, who are you and what are you going to get out of this? You're already low. How low can you get? Now it's only to grow from here, and being able to have a counselor, and a counselor that was my prayer partner, but she was able to help me process, emotions and what I was feeling, and motherhood, and being a partner, and being a daughter, and being a sister, and just being a friend. It was a lot, and I didn't know how to navigate that. But being able to have, my therapist, my counselor, and to be able to merit those two, because typically when you pray, they say, oh, nothing's wrong with you, just pray it away. And it's like, no, something's going on up here. I need to be able to work that out. So to be able to have two that went hand in hand, it was life changing for me. And I was just like, listen, I'm never going back to that old. O'Shea is gone. I don't even know who she is, because
Yeah,
this person that you see right now, I did a lot of work to be here today, and I'm so proud. And uh, I'm a big advocate for therapy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot of work is so true because they say that the hardest work is doing on yourself, and for you to look at everything that's happening. Um, like for me, what therapy did was it really started to make me I hate to use the word, but mindful. I wanted to be very mindful, but it's like you go through life. So, like when you meet your therapist, let's say every week, it's like, okay, well, how was your week? Now you start to reflect on certain things. And usually they just let you talk. So, as you're talking, you start to recognize things and you start to notice things. You're like, oh, I either notice a pattern or a feeling or a thought. Okay, this is where this is stemming from. So, for you to recognize that, whatever um, issues that you had growing up as a child and how it affects your life now, but for you to not look at that as the problem and to still look at yourself as how can I do better, even if like it's a cause and effect, right? It's like
Hmm.
this happened, so it made you like this, or you started to internalize it like this. And so instead of trying to go back to, well, you're the reason why I'm like this, and keep blaming that other person, you took it upon yourself to be like, okay, no, let me look in the mirror. Let me take time for myself. Forget everybody else. Forget whatever they did to me. However, life happened, it
You
happened.
know why though? You know
Yes.
why? I'll tell you why. Because for me, life is not a movie. When you watch movies, you're like, you made me feel like this, and you have the ugly cry, and then now they embrace you and they say, I'm sorry. That did not happen in real life. Girl, they deflect. It's like, what?
Mm.
And I was waiting. You know how, like, like when you break up, you need closure. I need closure. I was waiting for you to give me closure. If you never give me closure, am I always going to be waiting? So I'm waiting on you for my happiness. I can't do that. I can't do that. Once I quickly realized that I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. I don't have that power. I'm not in control.
Mm.
Because clearly you can't even be honest with me, because you can't be honest with yourself,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So I was looking for something that I was never gonna get. And I quickly realized my life would not be placed on hold because of your shortcomings,
Mm.
you know?
Mm.
And I realized that quick though. That was a aha moment because I didn't realize my whole life I was waiting for that. And then when I realized it was never coming, I just had to let it go.
You stopped waiting.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Woo, girl. Okay, so we done summed up cleansing. Let's give them maybe some key takeaways that they can leave with. I think for me, I will say that cleansing is a journey. It is not a one time, one stop shop of just, you get everything you can. You really have to work the cleanse.
Hmm.
Look at me. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so with me not incorporating my routine or what I scheduling it in a sense, I wasn't able to successfully complete the cleanse. However, this is a part of my lifestyle, and so what I'm not going to do is, there was no time frame, there was no deadline for me to do this. This is simply something that I just wanted to do, even just to promote and show you guys, like, this is what we do, give you guys an insight on what the cleanse is like. I have cleansed before, but I really think the key takeaway is preparedness, making sure that you prepare yourself, mentally, physically. So, like, how is your days going to be set up? Would it be better for you to do it during the weekend? Would it be better for you to do it during the week? What time frames and all of that? I think another key takeaway is, um, get yourself an accountability partner, someone that can help to not just hold you accountable, but also you can hold them accountable, because that's how the partnership works. I think that um, when you're telling yourself, this is what I'm going to do, there's strength in that. And I think that, if you have that willpower, that you're able to make it. But if it's something where you find yourself struggling and you're like, okay, I've been down this path before, maybe what you need is support, right? And maybe what you need is somebody, a friend, a family member, somebody that you can do the cleanse with,
Hmm.
that you guys can hold each other accountable. And during that time, very, very important to start to map out what that post cleanse looks like, so that you don't go and fall back into bad habits, and your hunger doesn't get the best of you, or anything doesn't mess up the progress that you've made thus far. So those would be my key takeaways. Shay, you there? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So any key takeaways?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you said. You know what I mean? You know, if you're trying to lose weight, don't eat. Simple as that.
Don't eat the BS.
Like,
You know what
don't eat.
y'all know what the BS is.
Yeah, cleansing is definitely physical, mental, being prepared. You know, everything that you said is right. And again, what is your why? Why are you doing anything? Why are you cleansing? Why are you trying to lose weight? Why? And once you figure out your why, hopefully that can help you stay on track. But it starts with the mindset. It starts with the mindset. Whatever the reason that brought you to your cleanse, now that you're here, to be able to be successful, that you determine what successful looks like. Because just like Jenny said, she planned to do a cleanse, but life happens. That doesn't mean she's unsuccessful. That means she just didn't able to do a cleanse at that time. So don't beat yourself up. Be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Set yourself up to win, so then you can feel good about it. And just understand that you are in control of your own destiny. So if you fall short because you're lazy, that's on you. If you fall short because Life happens, that's still on you, but those are two different things. You know what I mean? So um, stick to your why and just, uh, you know, get an accountability partner, like Jenny said, that you guys could. And guess what? You might need an accountability partner to hold you accountable because you may not be able to hold somebody else accountable. And you have to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? If you're trying to get on track, be honest with yourself and where you're at. You know what I mean? And go there. And if you need accountability partners, we're here. I'm controlling, so I love telling people what to do. I won't mind telling you what to do.
Attention.
Call me Sergeant Shay.
That's it. That's it. I love
But
this.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is really good. Now I don't even know what we would be talking about for our next episode.
yeah.
What you guys can look forward to this season is for us to really dig deep, dive deep into some health and wellness topics, as well as relationships, business, being a mother, all the things that come with us as business owners, as mompreneurs, right?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, we would love to hear it. If you guys have any topics in mind that you want to talk about, we would love to hear it. Just anything at all, please engage with us.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, do
Comments.
comment, do all the stuff,
Yeah.
okay, to help us grow. This is, we want our ultimate goal is to have a place in the community that is a safe space that can help bring something good to our people, right? We see so many fast food restaurants, unhealthy options, and they're so convenient, right? So we want to make healthy living convenient, accessible, and fun, simple, just stress free, right? Just you
Hmm.
can come, order your drink, it'll be ready in about 5-10 minutes, and you out the door. Or
Yeah.
you order your cleanse, you have all your drinks. Every day you're drinking your juices. So we just want to make it easy for you guys. Whatever it is that you guys have for us, please share it. We are so open. We want to talk to you guys. We want to get to know you guys. We want to see you guys. If we're ever doing any pop ups or anything like that, please come visit us. Come meet with us. We'll give you our signature. You know what I'm saying? We'll sign a card for you. Look, we'll take a picture with you. See and stuff.
My good side.
That's it. But yes, we welcome you into the Limelight family.
Yes.
And so we just thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for tuning in. And please stay tuned for next time. When's next time, Shay?
Next time.
Look,
I,
before next month. So
listen, we on island time. Yeah.
that's it. That's,
we
that's what it
Caribbean
is.
at the end of the day. And just like Jenny said, I feel like will be a home for authentic conversation. If you want something authentic and you want something real, you came to the right place.
Yes, yes. So thank you all for joining. Have a good rest of your evening. And until next time, bye y'all.
Bye.